Hi there everyone, we're back in the Pocket Park at Barton for the start of stage 8 of the Salford Trail. This stage broadly follows the north bank of the Ship Canal, east into the city, but I don't want to sugarcoat it. This is not a quaint canal-side walk. It's mostly road walking through urban and industrial Eccles and Salford. That's not to say though that there isn't plenty to interest us along the way. And there are some pockets of green, if you know where to look, like the open space of Eccles Rec, just off Barton Lane, on the first section of the walk. From here to Eccles though, the trail and I have a bit of a disagreement. The official route takes you down the bypass past, well, the supermarket. I'd recommend heading through the town centre instead, which is barely longer and gives you the chance to keep an eye out for the restored town hall, the community gallery, and the Grade 1 listed parish church of St Mary. On leaving Eccles, you take Centenary Way, past Centenary House and Centenary Circle, but when you get to Centenary Bridge, it starts to make a bit more sense. Connecting Eccles and Salford with Trafford Park, the Centenary Bridge was opened by the Queen in 1994 to mark, yes, you're there already, the 100th birthday of the Ship Canal. You wouldn't say either the bridge or the view are conventionally beautiful, but I rather like both. And it's as good a place as any to see an overview of today's industrial Salford and Trafford. As we continue east, we get our first real glimpse of the towers of Media City in the distance. A few people have asked me over the last few years what I think about Media City, and I think the best way to describe it, I remember visiting Canary Wharf back when I was a teenager and being a little bit awestruck, and actually Media City gives me a little bit of the same feeling. I mean, they're very different places, but I get the same sense of, to mix my presidential catchphrases, a sense of yes we can and a sense of, what's next, what's coming up. I've talked in previous videos about the pioneers of the 18th century and the 19th century, and for me, I hope that Media City inspires the Brindley or the Stevenson of the 21st century. How that'll happen, I'm not sure, but that's my hope for it. Now, there's lots to see and do at Media City, so I could probably turn that into a video all by itself. But for me, unbelievably, I had never been to see the Blue Peter Garden in Salford, so it was time to put that right. As we walk past the brilliant Lowry Theater and Gallery, our walk is nearly at an end, although if you've gained a taste for things called Centenary, there's always the Centenary Walkway to give you a final flourish as you gaze out over Salford's waterfront. And on that note, until next time, back to the studio.